There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
I'm Sarah Richardson. This is Dan. This is Dan's kitchen. And this is what Dan's kitchen looks like now, thanks to some help from Design Inc. Off to meet Dan, who bought this house brand new 7 years ago. He hasn't done anything to the builder's beige kitchen. However, Dan's been thinking about it a lot and is full of ideas to freshen things up.
Okay, so this is where I was thinking about the pass-through.
Presumably, we could try and repurpose these cabinets. And love your idea of the pass-through. I think that's so great because you've got south light here.
Right. There are some things in the wall here. That much I do.
There's always something in the wall. Okay. So you don't want to change the color or anything of the cabinets?
That's not a priority for me.
Okay.
What I do want, though, is probably a dark countertop.
Okay.
And then a banquette, or whatever you call it, over something in there. Yeah.
Okay. What sort of, you're thinking stone, like slate or granite or limestone?
I have no idea.
No idea. And appliances?
I hate the white, but I don't really want to, that's not where I want to spend my money right now.
Backsplash, do you like that? If we were going to do different counters that were really dark, would you still want that white, or would you think about doing something to change that? No, okay. Would you want to be able to have stools here? I mean, they've sort of given you a mini overhang, which is only about 8-10 inches, and it should be about 6 inches more. Anything that you're going to invest in at this point, you can basically take with you. You know, other than the countertops, I'd say let's focus on furniture and accessories to really make it. Sounds more like a tart job than a complete renovation. I'm okay with that. However, I'd like to get some paint on those cupboards, and I'm not convinced we can't replace the appliances. Jessica's our pick for this gig. Her young, modern approach can give this kitchen the urban appeal it's after. I guess the overall impression that I'm getting from him is more, think about it as cool, restaurant, chic. I don't think he wants stainless countertops, mind you.
Kind of sexy?
Kind of sexy. Good for entertaining, like think cocktail party.
Okay.
Right? But at the same time, what he wants to do is make sure that anything he does, it'll either add to the value of the house or he'll be able to take it with him when he moves. Questions? Okay. You'd probably like to see
Not until I see the space, so I was just
So go see it, take some pictures, and once you've had a chance to look at it, come back.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, and you have lots and lots of questions. Time to solidify the plan with as many members of the Design Inc. team as possible, like Andrew, the contractor. So ideally, what we'd like to do is open a big pass-through here that opens onto the living room, dining room. This is sort of necessary storage. Can we salvage this cabinetry?
Should be able to.
And reuse it?
Bit of a space, and then a bit of a return, and then the 5-foot opening here. Sure. Sounds like a plan.
My focus with this, which I think the best thing to just concentrate on, is fewest number of trays, fewest moving pieces, and fewest details to go wrong. This is just a simple open it up, clean it up. As for the kitchen cupboards, these are nice cherry finish on maple. What do you think about them?
Well, I don't love that color. I find it, I don't know, I'm not loving it. It's a little bit reddy.
Although Dan says painting the cupboards, replacing the backsplash, and appliances are not options, we're keeping our options open.
Oh, I love that.
Maybe things will change once we get them shopping.
Design direction is one that I need a lot of help with.
Dan wants to up the style factor in his kitchen.
It's great space, now I need to do something with it. And
I know what needs to be done. I'm just not sure if he'll give in to it. What do you think about them?
Well, I don't love that color.
In spite of the cupboards, Dan and I have to get moving with some shopping. This could be cool in the back stairwell.
In that back stairwell, though, it's going to be kind of at eye height, so I guess you have the right type of light in there, so it's
You have to try it out.
piercing. I'd love a smaller version of this in the kitchen.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Or there's another one that's sort of a retro version of the plain white one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the material is.
Saarinen.
Maybe.
Saarinen, and it's an oval, just with a totally white base on it.
Yep.
Really sculptural.
Yep.
I think they have one at one of the other stores we're gonna go visit. A Saarinen table. Mid-century modern design from Finland. This guy's got taste. Expensive taste. When the overhang comes out for the marble on the counter, we could have them do a return gable so that it's not just hanging out. The overhang. You need stools for an overhang, and I know just the place. But you should try the bar stool. They're incredibly comfortable. I mean, they're just fun, right?
Yeah,
like they kind of.
Something unexpected.
This is a signature item. This makes a statement. This can be used anywhere. Like it can end up being an edgy piece in a more traditional space, or it can be something that kind of elevates it all to a more contemporary level throughout. I think.
So what do you think about those in the kitchen?
I think those would be good in the kitchen.
That'll work.
That's quite the contraption that it's hanging by. I guess it's heavy. I like it though with the little hit of lucite.
Oh, I love that. Actually, I really like these.
No, sir. Dan doesn't seem to be the type to scrimp. But I am.
Rick, roll on it.
I'd rather spend money on furniture than towing charges any day. That was a close one. One of my pet peeves is bad lighting, and this kitchen's got plenty of it. Enter Jimmy, who'll help give Dan's kitchen that cool restaurant vibe. Can you take a look at this? First, we've got 3 big can pots, and they hit the floor right in between all the cabinetry, so they do nothing. What I want to do is move them all over. There is a pendant in the back stairs.
It's going down.
We're gonna just change that. We're gonna install a new fixture.
Right.
Like if you're buying installed a pendant fixture from the 60s, and you're buying it from a secondhand furniture shop, is there anything you have to be worried about?
Nice if they had all the mounting bracket, the bar is
The mounting bracket,
Yeah, it's
okay.
the most important thing. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I was wondering is there is a plug on low down, like right near the floor. What I was wondering is could we use the electrical from that to create a sconce?
Yes, they're going to flank on either side of
The windows.
the windows.
Right. If I say to you, I want a sconce here and a sconce here, what do you have to do to make that happen? Do you think we're gonna hit a joist anywhere there?
No.
Okay. How can you tell? Come on, how do you do that? Can you do me a favor? Can you price it with everything?
Yes.
I'd rather price to know that we can do more rather than less. Oh,
That down? Solid.
and I think that's it.
Okay. I need somebody who's competent at interpreting my ideas and giving me the opportunity to make the decisions, and we've been able to do that. So actually, I'm really happy with that.
Meanwhile, the action ramps up at Dan's. Rob, who works with Andrew, is removing the cupboards in order to cut the pass-through between the kitchen and dining room. Like, do we have any concerns about hitting any pipes or anything in this wall?
There is something in there.
Something in
And I
here?
think it's on this side,
Okay.
but I'm not sure about that.
So we would like this as big as possible. There you go. The big unveiling. This is always exciting. Hey. Wow. I love it. So it's not as bad as it could have been. Turns out we've exposed a couple of minor pipes that Rob can make quick work of. I'm just trying to figure out whether that's useful storage or whether it's gonna look ugly. It seems punching that hole in the wall is the incentive Dan needs to run with our concept. He's no longer so concerned about keeping the displaced cupboards. The thing is that this is a lot of storage, and Dan's saying get rid of it and just put a counter in here so we can have those 3 really sleek polished aluminum stools that we found going here. But I'm worried that if I get rid of this, then the other 3 cabinets don't make any sense anymore. And if I get rid of all of it, he doesn't have any storage anymore. We'll have to find a solution for that, but at least Dan has finally agreed to paint his cupboards, which will have a huge impact at a cost of about $15 a door. Now there's the little question of Dan's loungy banquette. It's got to be designed and built pronto. I asked Andrew, who's told me his team's too busy. Is the shop crazy? Is that a bad thing to do?
It's pretty crazy right now.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But my kitchen manufacturer has promised to get it done on time. On to details for this kitchen update turned mini renovation.
It's interesting. It looks like my grandmother's skirt.
This project has turned into a whole lot more than I bargained for. I gotta breathe for 5 seconds. Right now we have a cherry stain, which was something that was a really, really popular finish a few years ago. I don't think it's going with the look of all the woods that he loves. Yeah. I'd like to see them sprayed.
Okay.
He was concerned yesterday about where we were headed in terms of budget. However, at $15, I think we're fine. We tried to repurpose the old cabinets, but that's not working. Existing product. However, it is now the main sight line because we've opened it. The second you walk in that front door, it's all you're gonna see.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think that what we should do is a different solution. Dan has a good idea for the pass-through, which will cost a bit more money, but will look fabulous. And his idea was, what if we put a slab of stone all the way across to make a new ledge? So this is where you enter into the kitchen, and this is your opening, our pass-through that now goes to the dining room. Where do we stand on countertop?
Dan likes this for the countertop,
okay.
And he likes it honed, not polished.
While it adds to the ever-growing budget, Dan's gonna love how it makes entertaining a breeze. In the kitchen, it will set off a new set of stainless appliances we're trying to snag for a bargain, and those shiny new stools we found.
See, I like this one because when you said chocolate, I was a little concerned it was that, and I'm not crazy about...
No. Dan wants to make sure that this room doesn't get too cold. So considering walnut accessories,
yes,
maybe we should go with that color. And look at that with the stone. It really brings out, as soon as you do that, don't you see how you pull out all the browns in that stone? As for the back wall, we need to make a statement to set off our cool mod vintage chandelier.
For your back wall there, where we're gonna do some really dramatic drapes, we were thinking about doing one feature color of either...
That's the gold you were talking about?
The Harvest Gold color, which they call a raffia tan, but it's not really, and the spicy. So, I mean, it's gonna be like, wow, when you walk in the door and you look all the way through, it's going to have a huge dramatic effect, which is exactly what we're going for.
This is easy so far. This could be some pillows on the banquette.
Beautiful.
So imagine if you would now layer this in. Okay, so we've got some pillow
and look at
fabrics.
that now with the orange.
And some more
that
browns.
pulls it out.
Less gray, more brown for the kitchen.
It looks like my grandmother's skirt.
We'll obviously have to work on changing someone's mind.
The banquette, the drape.
Now, what about that banquette?
Okay.
What I was thinking is keep it off the floor instead of building it to the floor. Make it so it's more like a floating bench.
I need if it was like chrome or something.
It could be chrome, could be steel.
Yeah,
I don't
like
want to get too
steel
on him. He's like
the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, it could be if we wanted to go steel. Then okay, change my idea. Here I go.
No, I don't want to change.
No, it's good. It's collaboration. This is how it happens. I gotta breathe for 5 seconds. I gotta figure this out. I'll layer this in. The cosmetic fix-up has become much larger than we planned. This kind of color.
Actually started out slowly and then took over, and in the course of about 1 week we've gone from talking about a few ideas to coming home for lunch and there's 5, 6, 7, 8 people making things happen.
Full steam ahead. Jessica is searching for a storage solution to replace all of Dan's cupboards, which have found a new home in his basement. Next up, approvals on wall sconces. There must be another piece, I guess. Unless this just goes, maybe this just goes all the way down.
Oh, it goes all the way down. This is...
Hello?
Can I talk while you're doing this?
This is direct.
I love it.
Anything else?
I love it. I really love it.
Okay, bud. You love it?
I can't put any more feeling into it. You've got it all.
Another sign that Dan's into more of a renovation than we first thought. He now wants a new backsplash. Something that didn't feel too kind of...
Well, I love stuff like that, and I think if you're talking, if you're putting that above the countertop or something like that, I think it'd be awesome.
A Couple of days later, and we've got good news and bad news. The appliances have arrived, but they're black, not stainless. Of all things, we're in the middle of a worldwide shortage of nickel, so it just isn't possible. We're back at Dan's for final approvals on fabric and paint. Now, guess what I'm absolutely thrilled about? Did I hear a rumor that the doors had arrived?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're downstairs. And so we'll get you.
Do they?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Really awesome.
Are you glad you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Very glad.
Have we matched the paint then to the doors?
Yes, it's here.
Okay, so what we just want to make sure is that these guys have a chance to just double check and make sure that it's a perfect match.
Should we turn the lights on?
Show me the door. Look at that.
Isn't that fantastic?
It's a whole new kitchen. No, that's the door color. This was the wall color. Wasn't it? I think this looks incredible.
Yeah. So see it next to this, and then
How much
the
was
black.
it, the door?
All together to spray all the doors?
Yeah.
$300
That's it?
approximately.
That's it.
That's it.
I can't believe it.
Score a big victory for Design Inc. Now for the accent wall.
This is very blue, is it not? Or is it purple? Or what color?
It's a smoky blue. I mean, it's reading as blue.
Okay.
And the drapes? That color reads really well with the cabinets. Dan, if you stand here, what do you think?
I think it looks good.
I like that. Bingo. The dust is anything but settled as the designing crew makes Dan's kitchen sexy and soulful.
Oh,
Can I try?
I've waited 7 years for this.
All the world's a stage. No reaction. I got the lamp. It's balanced on my head. Doesn't even care.
The CN Tower.
And we are but designers on a mission that's possible. If you think there are too many cooks in the kitchen now, try this one on for size. This kitchen isn't cooking, it's rocking. Stand aside for lots of marble. It's all gotta fit perfectly. We can't have anything mess up at this point. Now comes the final push as the Design Inc. team takes Dan's kitchen from drab to fab. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I have the banquette seating in my car.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to bring that in and install it.
Now I stick these two together, right? I think so too. It's the bum squish. This is how the professionals do it.
Hey, huh?
Isn't it great?
I need a pillow, I think.
Oh,
Can I try?
I've waited 7 years for this.
Sit forward. There, matches your shirt. Oh, yeah. I get Grandma's skirt. The neat thing about it is that the banquette was Dan's vision from the get-go. From the first minute I talked to him, I think that was what he was really focused on. He said, I want a banquette. I want to be able to lounge, read the paper, or, have Sunday breakfast here. And to see it in place, it's a really successful use of the space. And I think it's helped to really soften it and give the kitchen overall a much better flow.
Get some flowers, some greenery. Bar stools are downstairs in the basement. They'll have to come upstairs.
24.
We will have to fill the cabinet with dishes and other accessories, glassware, maybe some wine.
Okay. The further we got into it, the more we realized that you needed to do just a little bit more, and by adding another special touch, it would be that much better. So the real challenge was to take what the fixed elements were and to make the best use of them in the final space. I like it.
What the girls ended up coming up with was something that is warm, inviting, and is 1,000 times better than what I had before, and probably 100 times better than what I had expected.
The good thing is, in the end, Dan decided to change the color of the cabinets, which was such an easy fix because it's just a coat of spray lacquer, and I think that it's responsible. I think it's the single most dramatic change in the room.
At some point, I had to make the leap of faith and believe that they understood that, but that's why I've wanted to work with them, is to find somebody who could help me make this room into what it was that I was looking for.
It's a more soulful end result if you do what inspires you or what inspires the client after the fact, instead of trying to imagine how you're going to use the space before you move in. After all, Dan's been here for 7 years. Now he's got the kitchen that will really suit him.